movers and shakers of our contemporary, cultural, historical, wonderful, magical city of Miami. I am very honored to have in my audience, in my studio audience today, my guest of honor, someone who was here, who should have been here a long time, and I think I'm going to bring him once a month because I haven't felt this passionate since I don't know when. Since maybe I've had my first mojito in Cuba Ocho. With that said, Roberto Ramos, the creative founder of Cuba Ocho, art historian, curator, and the savior of Cuban art history from 1800 to 1958. Welcome, Roberto Ramos.
Thank you for invitation. I'm very happy for your passion is the same for me. My passion is the same for the arts. It's a freedom. You have the art, you heard, and you is freedom.
Yes, it's contagious. Yes. And let me tell you, when I met you, your magnetic personality, your good looks don't hurt either. But you know what? You have a fabulous place. It has the best Latin jazz, the best bands, the best music. I mean, I brought 4 top collectors from Toronto, Canada the other day. You were celebrating your 50th birthday that your beautiful wife, Yenny, had for you in honor as a surprise. And she brought your beautiful daughters, Rosie. You have 2 gorgeous daughters, Rosie Ramos.
And Lizzie Ramos.
And Lizzie Ramos. Rosie worked with me in starting off Little Havana Art Experience, and she's going to be coming back this summer to help me again. We've had a challenge this year, but we're very excited. We're going to be, Art Talk will be in Hispanicize, representing Little Havana and some of the artists of Little Havana. We're going to be at the Home and Design Show at the end of March, representing 7 art districts. Little Havana is one of them. And we're going to be there with maps, and our art concierges will be at the Home and Design Show giving information. And actually on Sunday, we're going to offer a free tour to Little Havana for 50 guests of attendees of the Home and Design Show in the Miami Beach Convention Center. So we'll be bringing them to Cuba Ocho for sure. But we invite everybody who's listening, all our fans and people who might have just stumbled on 880 AM, the 880 The Biz, a nationally syndicated and internationally syndicated show through iHeartRadio. We're so proud that Bloomberg and Wall Street and 880 The Biz gives us the opportunity to talk about art. And for the last 3 years, I've been doing Art Talk. And it's all about people like you, Roberto Ramos, that give this city such a wonderful, wonderful taste and influence and your culture and the way you passionately opened up in 2008 Cuba Ocho. Every single nail on that wall, every picture is a drop of your blood, a sweat of the tears of your body, because you gave your life up in the sea. In 1982, you gave your life up. It was gone. You kissed your brother goodbye in the middle of the ocean. You looked at each other when you saw that you were floating for 3 days. There was no more water. There was no more food. It was getting 3 nightfalls. It was the waters and the waves were getting high. You didn't see any land, and you just said, this is it. We're goners. And you both said goodbye. And then after those goodbyes, another nightfall comes. And all of a sudden, the next day, you're greeted by the Cuban guards. They're ready to take you in. That moment, you look at your brother. You know this is it. We're going to be in prison for the rest of our lives. Our mother's going to say, I told you so. And we're going to be back. Our family, we're going to be the shame of our country, of our family. And you were ready. You looked at each other saying, oh my God, this is it. And all of a sudden, the U.S. Coast Guards shine that light. The speaker goes off. The siren goes off. You look at each other and you go, thank you, God. We are free at last.
Yes, God told me, you have a good mission. The mission, recuperation, the art, and purity for the people, for big one spiritually. And this one is a very, very important mission. This day is not dead for this. This day I'm live. another opportunity in my life for working, for doing the best for me, for the people. Every day I open my place and put a smile every day. 3 a.m. the people drunk and the people drink and have a smile. Smile, and I'm very happy for the opportunity and the new life is a beautiful opportunity. Next time, next day, for me, next day is a new life every day. Every day putting a good energy for the people. The people go in my place, the musician say, I want putting my music here. And I'd say, okay, for the looking for the day. No, this is my place. I have put my music here, the famous music. For the energy inside the place, the people like so much, like a museum place.
It is a museum.
Yes, and every day going to the bus, for the school bus, and the day in the school, the children see the place, see the history, very happy, smile, and for me, it's the more important.
It's so important.
In the day, the children, in the night, the men and drink and smoke cigars. It's a good combination for the Cuban. The Cuban is this. The Cuban is party, music, art.
Right.
That's a Cuban.
It's an amazing Cuba Ocho, 1465 Southwest 8th Street is an iconic historical art and research center, and it does give you so many options, from the visual explosions of wonderful pictures to some of your historical collection, 1 or 2 pieces that you left from Art Basel still up, to young artists that come in and want to hang there on consignment their paintings at Cuba Ocho. I was just picking you up to make sure we got here on the radio show, because I know, you're still on Cuban time sometimes. And so I made sure I go get you. And you were at your place seeing a person, an artist from Cuba, very first time in America. And she was showing you her works as an artist in Cuba. And it broke my heart to have to pull you away, because I knew for you that's what you're about. It's not just becoming a diva curator and collector and saying, oh, I got my big collection, it's in all the museums, I'm only going to deal with the big artists from Wilfredo Lamin up, and I'm not going to, I'm going to smoke my fat cigars, and I'm going to go buy a nice mansion in Palm Beach, and I'm going to send my sons or my daughter or son-in-laws to work in a place, and I'm just going to sit back and travel the world, and I did what I had to do. I'm a millionaire. Ha, ha, ha. I'm so happy and lucky. No, not Roberto Ramos. Roberto Ramos has a mission in life, and that is to empower his treasures of his country from 1800 to 1958, prior to Castro taking power. This young man, at the age of 17, there was a seed that opened up his heart, his soul, connected the brains, connected all the moving spiritual organs into one big pulsating heart. And that heart had to take that sea. And that sea had to cross over to Miami. And that heart till today, every day, with every handshake, with every broken English that you think you speak, which you speak absolutely fine. I see you speaking to Russians, Germans, Chinese, young kids from school bus that take field trips into Cuba Ocho to see the historical works of arts that you have, to the young Latin Award Grammy winners that come from Albita, to all the to Edwin Bonilla, to wonderful Cuban artists that just left Cuba that play for the first time, or in the States. They want to play in Cuba Ocho because the heart, that pulsating heart, is there. And you, my friend, has to be there, because you are the place. You are Cuba Ocho. Cuba Ocho lives within you, and wherever you go, Cuba Ocho goes with you, because you are a special soul. And I am so thankful to you, Roberto.
Thank you.
I have to tell you, because you make me every day realize that what I did was the perfect choice in 2008. I threw myself into something I didn't know, but God, I listened to his voice. And it's people like you, when I meet, I go, thank you, thank you. And I know that even if I don't have the money to pay the electric on Monday, I have more treasure in my heart that is priceless because of Roberto Ramos. And I tell people, Art Basel is not once a year in Miami. Art Basel is every day in Miami because of Cuba Ocho, because of Rosa de la Cruz, because of Marty Margulis, because of Don and Mara Rubel, because of Sean McCormick, because of Leanne Lester, because of people who have a mission and they choose to make it Miami and they invest. And people, your story is so unique because you don't have the treasures that many of the people I just mentioned. You came from just making one move for Don Jose and getting a picture, El Saxofonista, the saxophonist by Sabrino. And you at that point said, huh? Nobody knows who this artist is? I'm not going to get my money for my American jeans? Wait a minute. Someone's going to pay for this one. And that changed your life.
Yes.
That changed your life. So now you get into Miami and you're now saved by the U.S. Coast Guards. They pull your brother out of the ship, out of the Rosita, 18-foot boat that is drifting at sea for 3 days. No food, no water. You're given your rights. You're being arrested. They're giving you your Miranda rights. So 3 of the greatest things happen. You got rights for the first time that in Cuba you never had freedom or rights. So you had rights. You go to the land of freedom and they save your life physically, right?
Yes.
They take you into prison, the immigration prison, and there you start to come into Miami.
Yes.
And how did your life start in Miami? That couldn't be easy.
Yes, and in 2006, I looking for the place, looking for the city, the town, looking for the town. And I say the town is Little Havana, and this corner is the town. It's a history place in Miami. And I doing this. The people and my friend, everybody told me, "Are you crazy, man? You not put a gallery, the fine art, the gallery in this corner. This corner is very dangerous. It's just no good town." That for me say, okay, I put it in this corner for I change the A Street. I change the town. One day, maybe the first year, maybe I have the problem for the people, for the problem in the street. For I change this city. I change and 2 years later, the people putting new business in my place, in my corner. And the 4 corner in A Street. The people today going to the A Street for tourists, and the A Street today is changed.
It is changed. It is phenomenal. And it's pioneers like you that again, you know, just like you did leaving Cuba to save your country's history of art from 1800 to 1958, prior to Castro, who was going to destroy, which he thought all these artists were undesirable. You saw that need to bring that story to the Americans, to your own people in your own country, and to everybody from every country. You have a beautiful 2-page article in the most famous German magazine, Der Welt, Der Spiegel.
Der Spiegel.
Yeah, Der Spiegel.
And the BBC, London. And the different.
Well, if you Google the name Roberto Ramos Miami, the CNN and the Univisions and the Telemundos and the documentaries, you have 2-3 pages of just people telling your story in what, just like I am today, trying to explain this marvelous history, because your story has to be told, my friend, to the world. And one show at a time, one documentary at a time. I know it will get to the ears of the right Hollywood filmmaker who will take this story to a bigger. I know it for a fact. I look at you right now and I know it for a fact. And you better invite me to Oscar night. That's all I can tell you. But no, I feel it. I can see it. And all I can tell you is that, you know, that story of that Rosita boat, just to tell my friends that are listening to Art Talk on 880 The Biz on Mondays, I have to tell you, I thank you so much for this audience and for the honor of having Roberto Ramos, the creative founder, art historian, and curator for Cuban art and Caribbean and Latin art as well. Anybody want